Horror movies have given us some of the most terrifying demons ever imagined. Still, most viewers never learn about their true powers, origins, or the ancient mythologies that make them so frightening. These aren't just random monsters. They're carefully crafted supernatural entities with specific abilities, weaknesses, and horrifying purposes that go far beyond what you see on screen. What makes movie demons truly terrifying isn't just their appearance. It's their supernatural powers and the ancient evil they represent. From Mesopotamian wind demons to interdimensional entities, these creatures operate according to rules that make them nearly unstoppable forces of pure malevolence. So in this video, we're breaking down 8 of the most powerful movie demons and explaining their actual abilities, origins, and the mythologies that make them genuinely terrifying. From possession specialists to child-consuming deities, these demons prove that the most effective horror comes from understanding exactly what you're dealing with. Demon 1, Valak, the demonic nun. The Conjuring universe. Valak appears as a demonic nun with a grotesque face and glowing yellow eyes, but this disguise hides one of Hell's most powerful demons. In demonology, Valak is a great president of Hell who commands 38 legions of demons and has the power to find hidden treasures and reveal the location of serpents. In the Conjuring universe, Valak's primary power is psychological manipulation. The demon can appear in multiple forms, create terrifying visions, and manipulate reality to drive victims insane before possessing them. Valac targets explicitly those with psychic abilities, using their gifts against them. What makes Valac particularly dangerous is its intelligence and patience. Unlike demons that rely on brute force, Valac orchestrates elaborate psychological campaigns that can span years, slowly breaking down victims' mental defenses until they're vulnerable to possession. The demon's weakness lies in its proper name. Once Lorraine Warren learns to say Valac, she gains power over it. This reflects ancient demonology beliefs that knowing a demon's actual name gives you authority over it, making knowledge the ultimate weapon against this entity. Demon 2, Pazuzu, the wind demon, the Exorcist. Pazuzu is one of the most famous movie demons, but few realize it's based on an actual Mesopotamian deity. In ancient mythology, Pazuzu was the king of wind demons, bringing famine, locusts, and disease. The demon has the body of a man, the head of a lion, eagle talons, and 4 wings. In The Exorcist, Pazuzu's primary power is possession, but this isn't random. The demon specifically targets the innocent to corrupt them and challenge God's authority. Pazuzu can manipulate temperature, levitate objects, speak in multiple languages, and demonstrate knowledge it shouldn't possess. What makes Pazuzu terrifying is how it uses possession as psychological warfare. The demon doesn't just control Regan's body, it uses her voice to reveal the deepest secrets and fears of everyone around her, turning family members against each other and breaking their faith. The demon's weakness is religious faith and proper exorcism rituals. Pazuzu can be driven out through Catholic exorcism, but only by priests with absolute faith who are willing to sacrifice themselves to save the victim. Demon 3, Bogle, the child eater, Sinister. Bogle is an ancient pagan deity whose name means eater of children. This demon appears as a pale figure with long black hair and a mouth sewn shut, representing its role as a silent corrupter who works through images and media rather than confrontation. Bogle's unique power is media manipulation. The demon can inhabit photographs, films, and recordings, using these images as portals between dimensions. Anyone who views Bogle's images becomes vulnerable to its influence, and children who see the demon can be possessed and compelled to murder their families. What makes Bogle particularly insidious is how it adapts to modern technology. The demon has evolved from ancient cave paintings to digital media, always finding new ways to spread its influence through whatever recording technology is available. The demon's weakness is distance and destruction of its images. Bogle's power is tied to its visual representations. Destroying the images weakens the demon, and moving far away from its influence can break the connection, though this isn't always permanent. Demon 4, Lipstick Face, Demon, the further entity, Insidious. The Lipstick Face demon is a powerful entity from the further, an astral dimension that exists parallel to our reality. This demon appears with red skin, black hair, and sharp claws, representing the predatory nature of entities that hunt human souls in the astral plane. The demon's primary power is astral manipulation. It can trap human consciousness in the further during astral projection or dreams, preventing souls from returning to their bodies. This effectively kills the victim while keeping their body alive but empty, ready for demonic possession. What makes this demon particularly dangerous is its intelligence and persistence. Unlike mindless monsters, the lipstick-faced demon can plan complex strategies, set traps in the further, and manipulate the astral environment to its advantage. The demon's weakness is strong psychic ability and knowledge of astral projection. Experienced astral travelers like Elise Rainier can navigate the further and rescue trapped souls, but this requires tremendous skill and courage to enter the demon's domain. Demon 5, Lamashtu, the ancient child killer, the taking of Deborah Logan. Lamashtu is based on one of the oldest demons in human mythology, originating in ancient Mesopotamia as a goddess who killed children and pregnant women. In the movie, this demon appears as a serpentine entity that can possess elderly victims and use their bodies to hunt children. Lamashtu's primary power is shape-shifting and possession, specifically targeting vulnerable hosts like the elderly or mentally ill. The demon can stretch and contort its host's body in impossible ways, unhinge jaws to swallow victims whole, and demonstrate supernatural strength and agility. What makes Lamashtu terrifying is its ancient hunger for children. This isn't random violence. The demon has been consuming children for thousands of years and views them as its rightful prey, making it relentless in its pursuit of young victims. The demon's weakness lies in its specific targeting. Lamashtu is so focused on children that it can be distracted or tricked by those protecting its intended victims. The demon also seems bound by specific ancient rules about how it can hunt and feed. Demon 6, Astaroth, the Duke of Hell, the Conjuring, the Devil Made Me Do It. Astaroth is one of the highest-ranking demons in Hell's hierarchy, traditionally depicted as a great duke who commands 40 legions of demons. In the Conjuring universe, this demon appears as a horned, skeletal figure that specializes in corruption and manipulation. Astaroth's primary power is curse creation and the manipulation of human behavior. The demon can create elaborate curses that span multiple victims, manipulate people into committing violence, and orchestrate complex supernatural conspiracies that appear random but serve its larger purposes. What makes Astaroth particularly dangerous is its high intelligence and understanding of human psychology. This demon doesn't just possess people, it manipulates entire situations to create maximum chaos and corruption, turning victims into unwilling participants in its schemes. The demon's weakness is its reliance on human cooperation. Astaroth's curses and manipulations require human agents to carry them out, meaning that breaking the chain of human cooperation can disrupt its plans and weaken its influence. Demon 7, the Babadook entity, the grief demon, the Babadook. The Babadook appears as a tall, pale figure in a top hat with long clawed fingers and a mouth full of sharp teeth. While the film can be interpreted metaphorically, the entity represents a genuine supernatural force that feeds on grief, depression, and unresolved trauma. The Babadook's primary power is emotional manipulation and psychological torment. The demon can amplify negative emotions, create terrifying visions, manipulate objects, and gradually drive victims to violence against their loved ones, particularly targeting the parent-child relationship. What makes the Babadook unique is how it grows stronger through acknowledgement and fear. The more victims think about it and fear it, the more powerful it becomes, creating a psychological trap where trying to forget the demon only makes it more persistent. The demon's weakness is acceptance and control rather than destruction. The Babadook cannot be killed or banished, but it can be contained and managed by acknowledging its presence while refusing to let it control your actions. Demon 8, Malfus, the Builder. Demon, Annabelle Comes Home. Malfus is traditionally known as the President of Hell, who appears as a crow and specializes in building towers and destroying enemies' desires. In Annabelle Comes Home, this demon manifests through cursed objects and specializes in architectural manipulation and structural possession. Malfus's primary power is environmental control. The demon can manipulate buildings, create impossible architectural spaces, and use structures themselves as weapons against victims. It can make rooms appear and disappear, create maze-like layouts, and trap victims within buildings. What makes Malfus particularly insidious is how it uses familiar spaces against victims. The demon turns safe places like homes into supernatural prisons, making escape impossible by constantly changing the layout and creating new threats within the structure itself. The demon's weakness is its connection to specific objects or locations. Malfus requires anchors in the physical world to manifest its powers, meaning that removing or destroying these anchors can weaken or banish the demon from the area. And there you have it, 8 movie demons and the terrifying powers that make them genuinely supernatural threats. From Valak's psychological manipulation to Malfus's architectural control, these entities prove that the most effective movie demons are based on ancient mythologies and specific supernatural abilities. What makes these demons so frightening isn't just their appearance, it's understanding precisely what they can do and how they operate. Each demon has specific powers, weaknesses, and methods that make them unique threats requiring different strategies to defeat or survive. These filmmakers did their research, drawing from centuries of demonology and ancient mythology to create entities that feel authentic and genuinely supernatural rather than just random monsters. The result is horror that taps into humanity's oldest fears about the supernatural. Which of these movie demons would you least want to encounter? Did learning about their true powers make them more or less terrifying? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into horror's most supernatural threats. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when dealing with demons.